Hello everyone. How are you all doing today? This is Marcy with Creators Call, and I am happy to be hanging out with you today. We're going to work on a little project that literally just flashed into my mind. I was working on something a couple, 3 weeks ago, and all of a sudden this idea just popped into my brain. Do you guys ever have that? Like you're working along and then in a flash you can see what it is you're supposed to make and you want to go make it right then? Very often in my life, I don't get to make it right then. I have to wait and hold on to the idea. And sometimes the ideas leave my brain. But today we're going to be playing around with these envelopes, and what we're going to do is I have some postcard stamps and some other things, and we are going to turn these into a postcard. These are perfect. I don't know, I don't even remember what I was doing, but I was working with envelopes and it just suddenly occurred to me this blank space that very often I freeze up. I don't know what to do with it. This is the perfect size to become a blank or the back of a postcard. So that's what we're going to do today. So I got out my postcard stamps. All of these have been found at thrift stores or purchased on eBay. And then I have some stamps that look like handwriting. And then it also occurred to me that I could use some stamps such as these that might indicate like a scene of some sort. And it might be fun to put those on the opposite side of the envelope. So I'm going to be stamping postcard-like images on this side. We're going to decorate them up. And then on this side, because it's going to be so plain in comparison, I think it would just be nice to have some kind of an image or something that would make it look nicer when you attach it to a page. So pretending like this is a page in your journal, we're going to decorate this side. But then when you glue it down, it's either going to be glued to the back side of the next page, and you're going to see this part, or it's going to be glued down on the page you're working on, and you're going to see this whole section. So I've been trying to figure out how to come up with ideas to make that look pretty. So we'll be playing around today. Now, as you know, you can find tons and tons of envelopes in stacks pretty much everywhere. If you've ever ordered cards or stationery or picked up the packs at the thrift store or what have you, envelopes just seem to multiply. So I have this little stack here that is just smaller than like a 3x5. This is a 5 and almost a quarter, like 5 1/8 by 4 3/4, so not a 3x5. But that's about the size of an actual postcard. These are a little bit bigger. So these are 6x4, I think it was. Yeah, 6x4, so like the size of an index card. So you could do this with an index card as well, but I was just thinking, you know, very often I don't have ideas of what to do with these blank envelopes. So that's the idea came to me, so we're just gonna play around. This could be a horrible video, it could be a fantastic video. We don't know. And then I also have some other things. I've got things that I've cut out, ephemera and book pages and things that we may or may not decorate with. As far as inks go, I am going to be using the archival ink from Ranger in Jet Black or Sepia. I think those are nice ones to stamp in. You could even do green or blue, like we saw in my postcards that I was covering with the fabric. They had green ink on the back, they had blue ink on the back, so you don't have to be too limited. Then I have my distress inks if I want to ink up around the edges. And then the last thing I have is these cute little speckled stamps. I found them at the thrift store. So we can add, you know, distressing age looking things with these stamps as well. And if you're looking, that's called Itty Bitty Backgrounds from Stampin' Up. They're from 1997. So Google it, see what comes up. Okay, I'm gonna lay down a piece of book page here so I have something behind my my envelope so I don't get my mat any dirtier than it already is. The last thing I was going to use too are some old postage stamps so that it can look like it's been mailed. So we're just gonna have lots of fun playing with postage images, postal images. All right, let's start with black. I like this stamp. I found this one at a thrift store as well. It's from 1998. But I liked it because it actually really does look like a postcard and it has the line down the middle. This one says hand stamped just for you right there, but we can cover that up. What I need to do is line this up. Well, that doesn't look too dark. So let's try again. Hopefully we're not shaking the camera. I hear my table rattling. This is a fun project to do. Just kind of a nice, easy one to just dress up some of these envelopes. I do have a video out there on how to make postage stamps if you don't have postal images. I've gotten all of these since I did that video. I have found them all, found or purchased. Did some more buying on eBay last night. I saw a stamp that I liked, so I went out and got it. Okay, let me try one of these. The paper on these is a little bit thick and slick, so I'm wondering if it's just not taking the ink quite right. I haven't actually played with the stamp yet. So I'm just going to stamp up a few and then we'll work on decorating them. Also, I need to just give you a heads up. It's entirely possible that there may be a kerfuffle out in the hall or downstairs. We're expecting someone to stop by. So, oh look, yeah, that one's stamped a lot better. We're expecting someone to drop by and we don't know what time, but I'm sure that the dogs will bark. My daughter and her husband are here now for Christmas all the way through January 7th. And so they brought their dog, you know, Baron, the cute little Doxy, and my dog, Chloe. And when they get together, they just encourage each other to be kind of naughty. And that includes barking at every little noise or delivery truck or person that walks by. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks better. Look at that. By the time we get done, it won't matter that those didn't stamp super great. I'm going to set that one off to the side. And let's play with, I like this one here. We'll do it in sepia. I could have used the coffee color too. That would have been fun. But sepia was already on my table, so it won it by virtue of the fact that it's already here. So this one doesn't have the little square for the postage stamp, but it does have postcard. This side is for the addressee. There you go. Oh, that's pretty. Wow, that's really pretty. You could do red as well as the other colors we've talked about. There we go. Oh my goodness, that's really pretty. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we got 9. That's plenty. That's plenty for now. Set those aside. I'm only going to do the inking on one just to see how it looks, but I can go back and ink around them later if we want more of that look. But you don't need to watch me ink things up on camera. That's just a waste of everybody's time. It's not that hard, but it'd be nice to see the final effect, wouldn't it? I had a hard time settling down on exactly how I wanted to decorate these because there's lots of ways you could do that too. Let's see, let's do one of these. Let's do that one with walnut because I used black ink. I had a hard time tearing myself away from making those cute little houses out of envelopes. I was really having a fun time, but today I put it all away. It took me forever. Yep, I made a few more over the last week that I haven't shown you, but yeah, they're just fun. Okay, so that one's a little darker. Let me do the other side too. Since I don't know what I'm going to stamp on there, it would just be nice to have it already done. There we go. That looks better. I'm going to go over some of that white a little bit too. Okie doke. Okay, so put that aside. Okay, so we have these that look like cancellation, you know, the postal mark and then the cancellation, but we need to put stamps on them first. And I'm just gonna lay these all out so we can kind of play all at once. Okay, there we go. So I was thinking through what kind of things do you put on your postcard? Well, obviously we put postage stamps. We want to put a sentiment, and I wanted something that kind of looked like handwriting. So the two stamps that I have that simulate handwriting, I've got this one, which is I can't remember what it's called, but I did find it on Amazon. I wanted something that looked like maybe we were writing a note, but the other stamp I found when I was digging through stuff, it's part of this set, which is actually, this isn't part of the set, but you know, it's a rooster set, but I've always loved this, and this looks more like handwriting to me. And then I also have this script stamp, very old, also from Stampin' Up, called French Script. It's a background stamp, so if you guys ever find it, definitely pick it up because it's well worth it. So we'll see what we've got. And then I also had this sweet lady. I have a couple of other sentiments, and then I have from a different Stampin' Up set. It says gentle thoughts of you, and that would be something that you might write, you know. You might write that on your note. And actually the images in this particular set are all so pretty. Oh, I hear dogs. Sounds like there's a van out there. Thing is they put the postal mark on the wrong side here. I have a thinking of you. I have this one. The joy of the journey is best measured by the friends, not the miles. But it might be too tall. I could go on the big envelope though. And then I have this one too. I would gladly live out of a suitcase if it meant I could see the world. I have loved this one ever since I found it. And I might be able to put it on there a little bit sideways. Let's put that there. Let's see, that's more architectural. Yep, so here we go. Yes, dear lady, I want you. I'm finding it easier to just place them in advance than to, you know, than to wing it. Okay, so usually people write in black ink. So we'll get out the black archival again, and we'll go for it. Okay, so we write over here and we address over there. Look at that. Let's do one down here. Maybe I should stamp off. Oh, oops. All right, we're gonna cover that up anyway, so it'll be fine. And I don't like to mix my inks, as you well know. I want to do one in sepia. I liked this one because this smaller script stamp is just exactly the right size. So this person's writing in brown ink. Nice. Okay, there's that. And this lady, let's scoot these aside. Actually, I guess you're supposed to dab, not rub. I'm always too impatient. Okay, so she is here. I thought she'd also look really nice on the back of one of these. Now, she has a problem with her face not coming out quite clearly enough, so nice. Nice, nice, nice. Just set her off to the side. I think I'm gonna do this one in black. Doesn't look like I got all the spots. Okay. So not complicated, not a hard project, but that's nice. Not everything has to be super involved, right? So there's that one. But I think, you know, it's just fun. It's fun to get out your stamps and your ink and just play around with it. I know I said I was gonna stamp all these in black, but I don't think I should. Okay, so I'm gonna put this bird here in brown. I'm gonna add this sentiment. It goes with that set anyway, so. As if one were writing it. Gentle thoughts of you. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with black. So what would you guys put on here if you were doing this project? What kind of stamps would you use to give it a postcard effect? This one here, thinking of you, that would be something someone would write. I'm thinking of you today. Now, since I'm gonna decorate a little bit, I wanna get it where I can decorate around it. There we go. And last but not least, my favorite one right here. I used to make tags with this stamp and sold them in my shop, and they actually did pretty well. That was nice. I think that thinking of you, I'm gonna grab my book page here. I kind of want a little bit more of an image there. So we'll add that, thinking of you. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is add something that looks like maybe the address. Like maybe that one right there, that little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. What other part could I do? Maybe right here. I don't want it to look too ledgery. This has elements of a ledger on it, so I want it to look more like handwriting, like a dress. All right, well, okay. See, maybe if I do a combination of the two, that with, oops, that, oh, okay, gonna set that aside over there, get some ink off my fingers. So these guys, I think, I'm gonna use this one. I love these big stamps because you can just lay them down, ink them up, and then press your paper onto it and get that idea of handwriting without having to work too hard at it. I think I pressed too much Just need a little address. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. How many more we got here? Okay, we got 4 left. So I could still use this one on the, oh, I used this one on these 3, so no I won't. I was gonna say I could still use it on the other side a little bit. Give that, which way's up? Give that idea of a address being written. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go, that's better. That's what I was wanting. And I feel like script with script is gonna look too matchy-matchy. Okay, let's go back to this one. I know that says arranged for the pianoforte. That doesn't really smack of address, does it? I kind of like what I was doing though, so I think to be more careful, I'll just do this part first. Oh, that was brown. Of course it was. There we go, and then this part. It keeps catching that little thing with the number there. So I don't want that, but oh well. Let's see. Cover up the brown. Going for black. Awesome. Okay, that sort of looks like something. Okay, I need some postage stamps. And I got really lucky and got this off of eBay. I heard about this lady in a roundabout way, and anyway, she sold the whole binder for $1, but she does estate sale cleanouts. She's sold the whole binder for $1, but postage was 20, so it came out to like 21. I'm just grabbing one of each, Queen Elizabeth and whoever this gent is. We're not sure that these are actually worth anything, so we're not gonna stress over that. I like the brown ones. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how many we need. Perfect. There's tons of Queen Elizabeth, as you can imagine. Okay. Think of all the time and energy somebody spent getting all those stamps off of envelopes, and I'm just gonna go put it right back. Okay, do you think glue stick will stick enough? Probably. Okay, so this one, this is not Queen Elizabeth, this is somebody else. I have no idea who. Can't tell very well, but I think it'd look really cool with this one that's all black. Just do that, and I want a little of that showing because I wanted it to look like, you know, there was a spot for the stamps, so. Let's see, orange. Besides, sometimes you don't get your stamps on perfectly straight, do you? Ooh, that's a pretty one. That's a really nice one of the Queen. I miss her. I'm sure all the British people do too. Whoops. She had a long and steady presence in her role, and she took it very seriously, and she's definitely a good leader. Not saying I'd know how to do that job, that's for sure. Let's see. This one has all kinds of colors. Blue, black, green. This is pretty. It's got some flowers on it. I'm gonna bring it up too. Isn't that pretty? So many pretty stamps. Can you imagine having to constantly sit so you can have postage stamps made with your image on them? Oh, time to update the postage stamp engraving. Okay, you can put that there. Oh, a bunch of these have that floral image. It's really striking in the blue though. It looks like china, kind of, like dishware. Good, this is a bright one. I like that. It's on the black. Oops. I'm getting my fingers all gluey. Okay. Actually, I think that's gonna look cool right up there. Not that it probably matters. I'm gonna put you on a little more straight. And oh, that one's been punched. See? Huh. That's interesting. I can't tell what that says, but anyway. I didn't realize they used to punch it before they canceled it. That's interesting. This one actually has the cancellation mark on it, so I might decide to just leave it how it is. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, there's that. Okay, let's cancel these guys. So, cancellation lines. There is the postmark, and then there's the lines, and the lines are supposed to go off to the right. And I very often see people putting the lines this way, but that's literally not how they go. It drives me a little bit batty, to be honest. I want to run these off, and I don't want to cover the queen's face. That would just be disrespectful. Or this guy's face. I know that the machines they run them through are not that discriminating, but this is the luxury of making something yourself, right? You can be picky. Okay, let's just continue that. See, they had no qualms about stamping on the queen's face. Oh my goodness. Off with their heads. Oops, I got her face on that one. There we go. There's that. And then this one. And I also have this one. Okay, so bam. Bam. And you guys ever watch White Collar on the old series with Matt Bomer, and I can't remember all the actors' names, but it's a really good series, and he was supposed to be like a white-collar criminal that forged things. And there's an episode where they're trying to make a new document look old and all the things that they were doing to age it, and it's literally the same kind of stuff that we that we do. Making watermarks and rings and stamping on things, trying to rip it and tear it and the paper and all that stuff. Anyway, it was kind of funny. I was like, hey, I already know how to do that. Not saying I want to be a forger, though. There's that. So now it looks like it's really been somewhere. Cool. Ooh, nice. Let's do that and that. I don't even know these have to be exactly up there, but it's kind of cool. The brown, the mix of the brown and black, it's really cool, isn't it? I'm going to go in the middle on that one. My sentiment got messed up there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to redo it with black. It's not going to be exactly on top. Oh, that looks like a mess. Okay, no. We'll probably cover that up with something else. Gentle thoughts of you. Okay, whatever. Did not turn out like I wanted. Beautiful thing of this is you got 9 million postcards or envelopes, tons of envelopes out there, and so you can just make it again, you know? We're going to pretend like these are international and they've been through 2 or 3 countries on their way to the recipient. Very nice, very nice. That's so fun. Should we do this tiny little one? No, let's, if I have a spot that needs to be filled in, I'll add that one. But what I do want to do now is add some speckly spots, and they should... I have pumice stone, but it's not as dark as I'd like. Oh, I know. I have watering can. One moment. Archival watering can. And I do think, oops, some black would probably be okay. I'm gonna do it like that. Okay. And let's do the bigger spots in gray. Ooh, nice. Look at this, assembly line. Bigger spots in gray. Okay, I'll do it like that. Then I can keep track. Actually, now see, that one would look better if it was in brown. Oh, somebody's taking a shower. Our shower does this weird thing where it squeals. It has to do with water pressure, and we've had several plumbers look at it, and short of tearing out the wall, which we didn't really feel like doing, we can't do a thing about it. so we're not gonna, but it might squeal in the background. So if you hear that, that's what's happening. Somebody's showering right next door, in the next room over. I think I want some brown speckle. Boy, these are gonna be really doctored up. Oh, there's some more noise. Okay, let's do black. Getting all my stamp pads mixed up now. That. Oh. Now we have people yelling at the dogs. Quite the menagerie around here. Oh, sounds like a delivery guy. Somebody dared to walk into the cul-de-sac. Dared to drive in and approach the porch or somebody else's house for that matter. They're not discriminating. They bark at whomever's house. I wanted some brown on this one. And some gray. Because, you know, there's lots of speckles when you go through the mail. So then, the next step that I thought would be cool is to take some book page, and here we're using Romeo and Juliet. Mass market paperback, actually. That looks cool. Should I do it that way? Let's do it like that. Looks like a poem. And we should probably ink around it just for the sake of it looking, you know, standing out a little bit from the back of the page. This one's quite busy. Let's do a little strip of music. Oh, I do need to mention that sale in my Etsy shop will be ending in a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to close my Etsy shop. If you're still looking for the journals that I made earlier in the year, they are in my Ko-fi shop. Both shops are linked below. But I do have, I believe my music packs are still listed in my Etsy shop. I had 5 listings drop off or expire, and I was looking at it. It's like, you've relisted these 7 times and had 0 sales, and 7 since they relist every 4 months, and since I didn't always relist right away, that means that for the last 3 years they've had 0 sales. So probably best to let them go. I've had a couple sales when I listed them on eBay, so we'll see what happens. See if I feel like it. They may just end up in the trash after all. I saved them from the trash. That was 2019, right before COVID. And then it took me like a year to get them listed. So, yeah, it would be sad if it's all this time they just sat out in my garage just to have me throw them out again. But oh well. I guess that's what happens, huh? Let's see. I want to do. Boy, I'm using all the ones with the bright stamps. Let's do this sweet lady. And the one with the blue. So let's get some more Romeo and Juliet. Don't have a lot to chat about today, I don't think. There we go. Let's get these guys over. Let's see, we're gonna be going on our annual Christmas lights drive this weekend. That will be fun. You know, we we got a new car. I know I had told you guys we were wanting to do that, but we wound up getting it just kind of like it all fell into place, and surprise, we got our car. I mean, we had the money and stuff for it, so it was fine. We just thought we might wait a little bit longer, but anyway, it all just kind of came together, and so we have the new car now. And so I'm asking my kids, you guys want to, let's go look at lights in the new car where it's going to be really cozy and comfortable. And I said, but we can't eat and drink in that car other than water. We're not eating and drinking in the new car. And they all said no. They want to have their Muddy Buddies and Chex Mix and hot chocolate and stuff, coffee, while we go around looking. So I got voted down on that one. Anyway, it was kind of funny. They're like, no, then we'll just take the van like we always have. I'm like, okay, but you know, heated seats and I don't know. They can adjust their own temperature. It's quite the luxury experience. Like, it's a good thing we got a new car now, because we wouldn't have known how to drive a car if we'd waited another couple of years. They're all so different, you know. Let's see, we wanted to cover up that. Let's add a little focal point, as if the stamping and the inking and the postage stamps weren't enough. Let's add a focal point. If you didn't stamp, you could put pieces of ephemera or what have you on there. I got all kinds of things. Look, all kinds of things. It's gonna take me a minute to go through this. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. We've got the fronts done. So what I was thinking, that on the back sides, in order to just make them look a little more interesting, have something, you know. I guess I should decide if I'm doing all brown or if I'm doing, it's brown, brown, black. I'll do one. I'll do one so that you get the idea. One or two. Maybe I'll do 5. No, I'm kidding. I'll do 1, I'll do 2, I'll do 3. Sometimes I say I'm going to do 1 and I accidentally do more. So my thought was, okay, again, remembering this flap will get glued down one way or the other, so that when you have this on the page and you've got this here, what are you going to see here? Now, if this is glued down, you can always glue something over it, or you can leave it open and stamp on it. I would say any of those options are just fine. And I don't know why I'm laying that on there. I don't need to. Let's see what we got. Oh, very nice. Look at that. See, so now you have something to look at. This is getting glued, remember. There's that. And then I had a couple of stamps that have travel images on them. I spent like an hour trying to find this one of Anne Hathaway's cottage because I knew I had it. Now, guess what? I'm not even going to use it. Oh no. Okay, so what we do when that happens, it's not the end of the world. It's really not. I think I just didn't have a flat enough surface under there. So this piece of paper is blank on the back. So whenever I botch botch a stamping job. I just stamp on something else. I give it a lovely raggedy torn edge. You can make it irregular because that keeps it interesting. Pretty much anytime you see that one of these in a journal, that's where I've made a mistake. Oh, geez. I'm telling you all my secrets. Okay, and then I'll ink up around that. See, it's good to have problems on camera. Then you know, then you get to solve them on camera and everyone benefits. Get that out of here. There we go. And then you just cover up the oopsie space with the new stamped image, the correctly stamped image, and then it just looks pretty. You know? There's that. I'm gonna have to hurry and get this done. I have to go make early dinner because Katie and Sam are going out with his mom's family tonight for a big family Christmas get together, and they have to leave here at like 5. It's ridiculous. Going anywhere at 5 is just silly. Anyway. There we go. There's that. And I'm just looking at this. And I could just add that up there for interest. There's that. And I'm going to do this because I look so long and hard for this. I owe it to myself to use it now. Oh, how thoughtful of them not to put the image on that side so I can't tell what I'm doing. Huh. Interesting. Let's see, I need to put the pin back in that or we'll have a problem later. There we go. Okay, so there's this one that I just did with that. Should I put... It's gonna have to be one of the bigger ones because this is kind of a wide stamp, so. It's a good time to remind you to give me a big thumbs up. Hopefully you found some value from this. From this disaster show. Let's see. This might not work actually because of the way that envelope is. I will do my best. I'll see what I can do. I'm going to slide this in here so that no matter what happens. There we go. And I'm just gonna kind of center it. I was just thinking about how, you know, a postcard does have an image on the other side. And so, hey, that's not too bad actually. Look at that. And now I can do the opposite thing and do the script. I just did that in black, right? Yeah. Do the script stamp and fill in the blank spaces. Wish me luck on that, okay? Wish me luck. I like these a lot. Okay, can't drop. I mean, I suppose if the script came down a little bit on either edge, it wouldn't really hurt anything, but we're gonna do it like that. Hope that it is straight. Hope that it will get a good impression. No, it didn't. Okay. Oh, for Pete's sake, what just happened? It's probably because I was trying to do it on the book. Okay. There we go. And put some right there. There we go. And there's some in the middle. Better. Okay, better. Not terrible. Got little flecks on there. Okay, so there's Anne Hathaway's cottage. Give her a little postmark. A little cancellation stamp. Nope, that didn't work. There you go. Nice. So anyway, just playing around with the envelopes and the stamps and the images and all of that. This is what we have, but you can turn your blank envelopes into a postcard. Yeah, and I know this is like a duplicate of last week's postcard theme, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, please go back and catch it because it's very low on views and I don't know why. Do I just need to change the title? I'm always open to suggestions on titles and stuff because I really struggle with that. I have a hard time figuring out sometimes what to call the video or what to put in the title or what to put on the thumbnail. So that's what we have here. And then we have these other few that I still need to finish doctoring up. I thought it might be really cute to run like one of these skinny washi tapes down the center for the stripe for this line here. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I had fun playing with it, had fun trying to get this idea finally out of my brain and into existence. So truthfully, the filming time has been a little over an hour, but that's because I had dead space where I was inking and stuff. But so if you were sitting in your room making them, it would probably take you about an hour to do 9 as well, which isn't bad, truly. Be great in happy mail and stuff. Be really fun. And then again, stamping on the backs. So I guess the only thing would be what orientation, since this is going to be on a journal page like this. If you had a really small envelope, you could just flip it up and over the page. But this will be kind of sideways sitting on the journal page, but then when you flip it open, the orientation will be portrait instead of landscape. So that would be the only thing that you might want to consider because she's definitely going sideways. And so is that. I like that. I'm so happy I finally found Anne Hathaway's cottage. You have no idea what this means to me. I put it away with my stuff for our UK trip that I still haven't documented. Yes. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed our session. Please remember to give me a big thumbs up. And until next week, be inspired. Do something creative today. Please go and have a great week as you're prepping for Christmas. And then I will be back next Wednesday to share something else. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.